Hi, Andrea. Today I'm going to ask you a few questions about your company. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, first question is, where are you from?
I grew up in East Texas. I lived there most of my life, and my husband and family and I moved to Portland about 16 years ago.
Oh, that's great. So how did you come up with the idea for Brush on Block products?
That's a great question. I have two teenage daughters, and when they were younger, my oldest daughter, Grace, developed an allergy to chemical sunscreens. At the time, I wasn't really sure what a chemical sunscreen was or the difference between a chemical sunscreen and a mineral sunscreen. So after lots of research, I realized that she was having a reaction to most chemical sunscreen products. Also, having two young girls, I just lived the daily battle of trying to get sunscreen on my daughters. I knew that I needed to protect their skin on a daily basis, but I couldn't find a product that worked. Most sunscreen products were greasy, they ran in their eyes, they didn't like putting it on, and I really wanted to find a product to help overcome all those objections.
I'm glad you found the product that works. How long has this company existed and where is it based?
I founded Brush on Block in 2011. Most of that year was research and development and product testing. Sunscreen is regulated by the FDA as an over-the-counter drug and requires a lot of pre-market testing in order to bring a product to market. So most of that was 2011. We started marketing the product in 2012, and our company is based in Portland, Oregon, where we have a warehouse and we ship all our products.
What makes Brush on Block unique and different from other products?
Well, earlier I mentioned chemical sunscreen products. Brush on Block does not contain any chemical sunscreen actives. It's what's called a mineral-based sunscreen. That means it carries the active ingredients titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which are naturally occurring. The other thing about Brush on Block that is unique is it comes in a powdered format in a self-dispensing brush. So it's not going to be greasy, it's not going to be messy, it's not going to be sticky. It won't smell, it won't clog your pores, and so we have the best of both worlds, a mineral-based sunscreen that's in a really easy-to-use format.
Why did you decide to have the open and close feature on your brush?
So there are a number of mineral powder products on the market, both sunscreens and cosmetics, in a number of different formats. Some are loose powder, some are in a brush. I really loved the ease and portability of a self-dispensing brush, but found that there are a lot of products on the market where the powder gets really messy. It spills out of the brush, you waste product, and I really wanted to find a way to ensure that the powder was staying in the brush when it was in someone's handbag or backpack or in transport, and therefore it wasn't really a messy application when they took the lid off.
Can you go ahead and explain the different products that your company sells?
Sure. So our prime products really are about focusing on people to protect the parts of their skin that are exposed on a daily basis and to wear sunscreen every single day. So our main flagship product is Brush on Block. It's an SPF 30 water-resistant mineral powder formulation intended for everyday use on face, neck, arms, and hands. Next, we really looked at how could we allow people to continue using their product with less waste, and so we developed a refill to go on our brush. When you're out of powder, you don't need to buy a new brush, you can just use a refill. We also rolled out that same version of our translucent Brush on Block in a tinted version, so people could have just a hint of color on their skin without the dangers of actually getting a tan from the sun. We really focused on face, neck, arms, and hands, and so next we were getting a lot of requests for a lip product. So this past year we launched our SPF 32 protective lip oil. It's extraordinarily hydrating but also offers that SPF 32 protection. Most people don't realize how vulnerable their lips are, and that really helps people protect their entire face on a daily basis.
Where is the product created and how does it get made factory-wise?
That's a great question. So our brushes are actually created by a fourth generation calligraphy and art brush manufacturer with generations of expertise around brushes in Shenzhen, China. So the brushes are created there. As I mentioned earlier, sunscreen's regulated by the FDA, so our product is manufactured at an FDA registered facility on the East Coast. That's where the powder is manufactured and tested and the brushes are filled. Once the brushes have been completely assembled and tested and put in their retail packaging, they're shipped to our warehouse in Portland, Oregon, where we ship them to our consumers.
What kind of material is used to make the products? For example, what do you use in the bristles of the brush?
Our brushes are actually made of synthetic hair, so a lot of brushes in the cosmetic business have goat hair, and that's not animal friendly, it's not vegan, so we use a really super soft synthetic brush hair. And then our mineral powders itself, our main ingredients are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which are crushed minerals, as well as a number of antioxidants and soothing botanicals.
Okay, and how does this actually benefit the environment?
Earlier I spoke about our refills, and so when someone is done using a brush, they don't have to throw it away. So a lot of reduced waste on packaging and the actual brush itself, because our brush is refillable. You can simply order a refill, put it on the brush, and you don't have to throw away your brush. Also, I talked earlier about mineral sunscreens versus chemical sunscreens. Chemical sunscreens are the ones that you've been hearing about a lot in the news lately, mostly oxybenzone and octinoxate, which are being banned in a number of cities, countries, and municipalities. The state of Hawaii recently implemented a ban, as have parts of Florida and countries such as Fiji and Palau, that are preventing the use and sale of chemical sunscreen ingredients because they're finding that they're harmful and damaging to the coral reefs.
All right, and my last question is, will you be launching any other products in the future?
Certainly, yes. We always love customer feedback about potential new products. I mentioned that we launched our lip oil last summer. It was so well received and immediately began having customers ask for it in different shades. Our flagship Brush on Block Protective Lip Oil does come in a nude shade, and we'll be launching 2 exciting new shades of the lip oil this spring.
Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for answering the questions of the interview.
Certainly, thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to watch other videos, click here. If you'd like to subscribe, click here. And if you have any comments, please comment below.